Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the What the Fuck America podcast. I am Jake along with Matt. And today we're getting into some shit.
Yes, we are.
One quick thing that I just want to start the top of the show because it made me laugh. It made me chuckle. For months and months and months and months and months and months and then a couple more months and then maybe another month and then add on another month. We've heard the phrase, no uterus, no opinion. If I don't have a uterus, I don't get to have an opinion about abortion. Now, Matt and I, we have slightly differing opinions on abortion, and maybe one day, for poops and giggles, we'll have that abortion debate on air. I think it'd be entertaining.
Yeah, it'd be fun. You know, I did one of those in high school.
Yeah, I remember you saying that. But USA Today, with the perfect article. Abortion rights activists worried the Supreme Court is poised to strike down Roe v. Wade are increasingly asking, where are our male supporters? So, as you heard me say earlier there, no uterus, no opinion. So, you don't get male help to save your precious baby killing factories.
Yeah.
And then there's one more too that it came up. I forgot I took a screenshot of it. We'll just touch basis on this really quick. So, New Republic put out an article with the headline, is criticizing Joe Biden a danger to democracy? As concerns mount over the future of free and fair elections, a debate is broken out whether the media must protect Biden to save the republic. And that'll kind of tie into some of what we talk about today with the J list, the journo list, not journalist, the journo list. But yeah, that's just some brief talking things. How's it going, Matt?
They do need to protect Joe Biden from fucking dying.
A bullet to the face. I mean, no.
Oh
I didn't say that.
my God. Not even a bullet to the face. Like, I swear to God, he's one strong wind away
Stiff
from
breeze.
falling over and dying.
Like, yep. Fuck. Well, he almost fucking fell down those stairs on that airplane that one time. That was pretty funny.
Yeah. No. He's so good that he fell up the stairs.
Fell up the stairs, yes. Yes.
Fucking dummy. But yeah, I mean, you know.
And that's, coming off the back of the past 4 years, all we heard was Trump's a Nazi, Trump's Orange Hitler, Trump's a fascist. I mean, there were some studies done about 85 to 90% of all news about Donald Trump was negative.
Wow.
What about democracy 4 years ago? Didn't that matter? Of course it didn't. Of course not.
No.
Because he was not the guy they wanted. They wanted Hillary Clinton. They were
What do you mean? What do you mean? Joe Biden did excellent in the first debate.
Yeah.
Because Donald Trump wasn't prepared for it.
Yep.
Now, had he been prepared,
that first debate was with Chris Wallace, right?
I believe so.
Hey, funny story about that.
Didn't something happen to him?
Yeah, he just joined CNN Plus.
Oh boy,
he left Fox News for CNN.
Yeah. Well, it's funny too because CNN claims that Fox News is living in some sort of delusional world, right? I say that they both live in delusional fucking worlds. Like, they have no concept of what reality is for average people like us.
Yep. And to be fair, we have no idea what reality is like for them. They get to run around and touch children and be pedos.
I imagine it's a lot of tiny dogs, champagne, and bubble baths for some reason.
And bubble baths with children because they're almost all of them are pedophiles at CNN at least.
Yeah. I mean, I don't want to cast aspersions, but I mean,
Well, no, that CNN
the
producer that worked with Chris Cuomo, it just came out he had sex with like a 9-year-old girl.
see, and why is it that this is okay? Are we not prosecuting all these people?
Well, he's getting prosecuted,
Oh, thank the heavens. Let's
but
see.
that doesn't
Somebody.
mean that doesn't mean he's gonna go to jail.
Oh no, he'll probably just get suicided.
Yep. Yep.
I can't believe we're living in this world. I will say this every week until this world no longer exists.
Hopefully soon. I'm praying for that asteroid that took out the dinosaurs, man.
My God.
Yep.
You
Yeah,
know?
it's just crazy. It truly is clown world. It truly
Yeah.
is clown world. So, I
I mean,
guess
yeah.
let's talk about this conflicted Congress.
Why are they conflicted?
Oh, because they're a bunch of assholes. Um so yeah, Business Insider article came out relatively recently, talking about some high-level Washington D.C. people. And we're just gonna briefly look at some of the things here.
I'm just going to make a comment before you start reading.
Okay.
All of these people are the same friggin' people that have always been there.
For the past 30 years
My whole
plus.
life, Joe Biden, Nancy Pelosi, freaking
Dianne Feinstein, Mitch McConnell.
Feinstein, all of these idiots.
Yep.
Fuck, dude, they've all been there. Always. They've always been there.
Yep.
All right. No,
Yep.
continue.
Um, Today, Insider published the first of more than 24 articles and data visualizations that will reveal the 49 members of Congress and 182 senior level congressional staffers who violated a federal conflict of interest law, which they will probably see no time for because who's going to prosecute the ones that are the prosecutors? Um, Nearly 75 federal lawmakers who held stock in COVID-19 vaccine makers Moderna, Johnson & Johnson, or Pfizer in 2020, with many of them buying or selling those stocks in early weeks of the pandemic. 15 lawmakers tasked with shaping U.S. defense policy that actively invest in military contracts or in military contractors. And more than a dozen environmentally minded Democrats who invest in fossil fuel companies or other corporations with concerning environmental track records.
Oh
And
boy.
just to piggyback off of that one,
Yeah, you
Nancy
should.
Pelosi, you want to know what she just recently did? I probably mentioned this on the podcast already, but just to hammer that point home, she, Miss Nancy, Queen of San Francisco herself, uh, she just bought a house, not in California, not in her home state, not in her home city, but in Florida.
Do you think they'll kill her?
No, unfortunately not. Nothing will kill that woman. Not even fucking.
See, and now I feel bad because that's the first thing my head went to, and I feel bad about it. Do you think they feel bad about any of
No,
that? Any of the
no,
people that they killed? None of
no.
them. Man,
But yeah, she just
what a
bought a
bunch of
house, a $25
cocks.
million mansion in Florida. I assume on the beach. I don't know. But yeah, apparently Florida's supposed to be underwater like tomorrow or something. I don't know what the rules of climate change are anymore. And I frankly don't care. Um so yeah, there's one for Nancy Pelosi. She doesn't want to go to California with the strict lockdowns and the you have to wear a mask and a hazmat suit and then a mask outside the hazmat suit and then a suit outside the suit and then you also have to sanitize your whole body from toenails to fingertips.
Yeah, you got to rip them off
Yep.
and shave all your hair.
Gattaca! Um,
Attica.
uh, anyways,
God.
members who regularly chide the media but personally pour their money into at least one of the nation's largest news media or social media companies, including Facebook, Disney, Comcast, Twitter, and all those other assholes. 25 wealthiest members of Congress and where they put their money. So the Nancy Pelosi, the Mitch McConnell, the people that have been there for the past 700 years and where they've hoarded all of their smog level of fucking gold. Um, and that's not a Jewish thing. Just calm down, everybody.
Yeah. It's Smaug.
Oh yeah, sorry, not smog, smaug, or whatever the fuck you want to call the dragon thing. Um,
They are. They
50.
are. They look like dragons, the fucking lizard people hoarding all the fucking treasure.
Yep. And then you also have 50 most popular stock holdings among members of Congress. Insiders Conflicted Congress is also rating every member of Congress on their financial conflicts and commitment to financial transparency. 14 senators and House members have received a red danger rating on our three-tier spot scale, our three-tier spotlight scale, while 112 get a yellow borderline rating, which also means they're pieces of shit. So, yeah, that's just a quick little people that are making the laws. Like there was one where Nancy Pelosi invested in um electric vehicle company, and then that same electric vehicle company got a deal with the United States government to make all their electric vehicles. Kind of weird how that happens, right?
I like how we're just paying these people to fuck us.
Yep. Does that make us prostitute? No, they're
Pro-
prostitutes.
they're pimps.
No,
No,
we're the pimps because we're
they're
paying
the
them to fuck us.
they're the fucking crackers and we're the slaves, man.
Yes. Yes.
The
So
whip
there's
crackers.
there's that little tidbit of information for you folks. And then we also have Senate Democrats pass debt ceiling hike of 2.5 trillion just in time to avoid catastrophe and without
Yeah.
any Republicans.
Yeah. You know what the best thing for this country, I think, is
To burn to
if
the ground.
if the government actually shut down.
Yes.
Shut
Yes.
it down. Fuck
Yes.
them. They act like it's this big deal for us if the government shuts down. Why? Why is it why?
It doesn't matter to me. Like
Right?
it does nothing for me.
Like it doesn't. What does it do?
It takes
What's
my
it
money.
doing? It takes my money.
Yep. And then
That's what it does.
you just the way these
And
articles
you
are
can't but you can't not pay them, right? You can't
no, you can't.
not pay them because if you don't pay them, then they have their fucking boot fucking stomp fucking idiots. And I did start swearing already, sorry.
That's all right.
Um the
We don't
IRS comes
we don't need
and then
to
they bring police.
they bring the men with the guns.
That's right.
Or they bring a woman with a gun and she accidentally pulls it out when she's trying to tase you and kills you.
Right. Like I never want a woman cop to ever pull me over ever. She might shoot me.
Yep. Um but yeah, the way
Scatterbrain.
that
Ugh.
one thing that when when does the government ever get smaller? The government just continuously grows and grows and grows. It never shrinks back. It never looks at old policies. It never looks at old programs. It never looks at old um things that it's done in the past to see one, if it's working, two, if it's still working, three, if it's beneficial, four, to how many people it's beneficial, like the cost benefit analysis of the thing. Government never does that. It just continues and continues and continues. That's what baseline budgeting is. Baseline budgeting. That's why you see at the end of the year, you're 600 people out on the fucking roads and you got 10 guys watching one guy hold the fucking shovel in a ditch.
Yeah, because if they don't spend it, they don't get it, right? And then where's that
Exactly.
money go? It goes to someone else. And because the money's never going to stop. I mean, we're never going to not pay. I'm
Like
going to
take the
keep using
ACLU.
double negatives.
Take the ACLU for example. The people that the almost exclusively Jewish group of lawyers that defended the KKK marching through Skokie, Indiana or Illinois. I don't remember which one it is. It's one of those fucking states. I hate them both. To march through a almost exclusively Jewish part of town. And Jewish lawyers at the ACLU, the American Civil Liberties Union, defended that. But then the money started rolling in from the left. And then the left started saying, hey, we don't want you to be defending these people on the right. So when people on the right got their civil liberties fucked over by people, ACLU didn't come running because who was providing the money? And you can't not, because then you don't got money to operate. It's the same thing with government. They're just a bunch of assholes constantly needing more and more and more. It never shrinks. It never disassembles a program. It never gets rid of a program. It always continues to grow. And then one of the things that I saw recently was America has a billionaire problem. Is one of the things I randomly saw. I don't remember if it was on TikTok or something. While I do agree, the fact that we have people that are worth $200 billion is insane. Granted, I know they don't have $200 billion sitting in their bank accounts. I'm not an idiot. But their net worth is 250 some $billion. And people want to sit there and say we need to tax the billionaires. Why can't it be both? Because Elon Musk was on a thing recently saying if the government was a business, the government has a $7 trillion annual budget and it only brings in $4 billion, or it was 4 trillion. It has a well, how did it go? Shit, I don't remember. It was a $7 trillion budget. It only brings in $4 trillion, and that's a $3 trillion deficit that the federal government has. So even if we taxed the billionaires and took all their wealth, let's just take Jeff Bezos and fucking Musk. If we took
Yeah.
all their wealth,
And
liquidated it
Bill
all,
Gates.
and had 300, it was $500 billion in cash. All that would do is bring us down to $2.5 trillion of debt that we would still have.
Right.
That company would be in the red. A company cannot survive like that. It would
No.
go under. But the government can't because it won't let itself, because they're the ones with the guns, they're the ones with the money, they're the ones with the power. Because us fucking dumbass little ants who work our asses off are too busy trying to survive instead of blowing up the government. Sorry, I'm mad about this.
Yeah.
I'm
Well,
very
it just
angry
needs to be
about
shut
this.
down. Like us as a people need to make it so they can't go to work anymore, right? Instead of
So what you're saying is
insurrecting.
killdozer. We need to get a tank, run over every single
Well,
building in Washington
I'm
D.C.
I'm thinking more along the lines of, they want to call everything a peaceful protest on the left, right? Where they smash buildings and shit like that. Well, why is it that everybody can't just make a giant human body fucking crowd around that thing? There's not enough goddamn police
Because
to
they'd
fucking.
indiscriminately kill us all. They don't care about us.
Right,
They're
but
just going to
doesn't that
import more people.
but that's the thing. How do people not see what's going on?
I don't know.
It's so
I don't
frustrating.
know.
They're throwing all this shit in your face, in our faces. I say you as like the proverbial you, like
Yeah.
everybody all together, and like nobody fucking cares, man. It's that thing you were telling me about, the security and the fucking
Yep.
safety bullshit. But you're not safe and secure,
No.
because if you don't have money, you
If
can't
you
eat,
can't,
you
yes, if
can't
you,
live.
yeah, like it's just, so today we're talking about inflation and all this bullshit. It's just insane to me. And people, I will concede the money that Donald Trump spent. How much did he? It was like a
A lot
1.7.
of goddamn money. They all spend a lot
Yeah,
of money on
Re-
nothing.
Conservatives are only conservative when Democrats are in office
You don't need
because
to keep creating jobs. The jobs are there. You have to make people go to fucking work.
yes. So the thing with that too
Fuck.
is I don't my thought process here, trickle down so I to preface this, I know very little about the economy, how it works, how money works. I'm functionally retarded when it comes to these things. I know nothing. So honestly, don't even listen to this episode because I don't know fuck all about any of this. But my understanding is if there's more businesses, that means there's more jobs. There's more people to work because the demand will be there. And the way supply and demand works is if you have a very high supply and a little demand, things will not be that expensive. But if you have a high demand and little supply, things will be expensive. Now you transpose that to working. If you have no workers and a high demand, you can say instead of you starting me off at $10 an hour, I want 15. Transversely, if you have a lot of workers and almost no demand, people can just say, "Hey, we're going to hire you at this." And if they say, "Uh, can I get like $1 more an hour?" They can just go on to the next guy because the next guy will probably take the dollar less an hour. So, what doesn't make sense to me is why we that whole trickle down economics is what I always heard. You give it to the big businesses, the businesses will then grow, they'll create more work, and people will have more money. Kind of a thing is what essentially trickle down economics means to me.
It 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 lowers the taxes on businesses and the wealthy people, right? So as a means to stimulate business investment in the short term, right?
So then more businesses grow, so that
Right.
way you have more people employed, and
Yeah.
overall
It's
the
yeah.
people being taxed increases, even though
Because they cut the taxes across all the income brackets, right? The way it's reading here is the biggest reductions are given to the highest income earners. So it'll be all the rich that get the biggest tax cuts,
yep,
but they're also, I mean, the theory is that they're going to spend that money that they're saving in
yep,
taxes on their business and expanding those businesses, i.e. Walmart, Target,
yeah,
Costco, all these big
which
fucking,
we don't really know if that's fucking true or not. And
right. We
but
don't. We
that's the
don't.
general principle, I think. But
Right. Right.
neither here nor there. I back to the general what I was saying. America does not have a billionaire problem. It has a billionaire and a spending problem. It has
Yeah.
both. The fact that you have these corporations that pay almost nothing in taxes is insane to me.
Yeah.
It's fucking insane. I don't know what the profits were, the pure profits of Elon Musk last year or Amazon, but the pure profit of those companies, I just think should be taxed.
Well, think about this, right? When you're loaded like that, remember you were telling me the other day, I think we talked about this outside of here. It was the wealthy don't have money. They have
Correct.
assets, right?
Yes.
So you can't tax somebody's asset. I
You
mean, what are
can't
they
tax their
paying?
net worth. Correct.
Right, right. So like they have a bunch of shit. You know what I mean? So and it's spread across any different type of medium, whether it be, I mean, they might have a little, it's like when they said, oh, Donald Trump only paid this much in taxes, right? It was like $700 or something. Remember that?
Yeah.
And it's like, right, but he owns like a bunch of shit.
Mm-hmm.
So, like the way that's how I think of it. It's like
Yeah.
they don't have to pay taxes because I mean, they could only be paying themselves this much. They already own everything they need to
Yep.
own,
See, and that's
you
the
know?
thing is like the way I think about it is take like parcels of land almost. And for each parcel of land you own, you get an income.
Right.
And you can take that, and some parcels of land give you more, and some give you less income. The way it happened to work with these guys is they bought big parcels of land that cost a lot of money, and then they use that income from those big parcels of land to buy bigger parcels of land and continue to add and add and add. And then their income eventually just flows into things. And then they use loopholes so that way the income doesn't technically become income because they run it through corporations and shells and all this other stupid shit that these people that have been in office for the last 40 fucking years have allowed them to build loopholes. And that's like Donald Trump said it perfectly on the fucking thing with Hillary Clinton.
Yeah.
Yeah, those loopholes you guys put in there, and I use them just like all your big donors do.
Mm.
So fucking what? And he
Yeah.
said it. He flat out said exactly what we were all thinking.
Right.
So Jeff Bezos has a net worth of $200 billion. Let's just say that.
Yeah.
He
Example.
owns he owns Amazon. He owns Blue Origin or whatever the fuck it's called.
Yep.
He owns a bunch of companies, and those companies all have assets, be it the real estate that they're built on, be it the buildings that are built on that real estate, being all the product that those corporations own. That is all considered in his net worth.
His
So he
penis
might,
rockets.
his penis rockets, yes. So he might only have $2 billion sitting in the bank, but you can't tax that because it's in a bank.
Yeah. He already made it.
So his income might only be $175,000 a year. You can tax him on that, but that's not a lot of money.
Right.
So there's got to be
And
a better.
well, what it is the news, all they report is this person made this much. This person made this much, but they didn't make it.
Their corporation did.
Their corporation made it, which makes him the wealthiest, maybe. But I mean, dude,
Yeah,
people, I
it's
feel like, are getting stupider, and all the information to get smart is on the internet
yes,
and
but
in
that's
books.
but there's that misinformation through mass information, man.
It's true. People should start going to the library again.
Yeah. But so yes, uh, Democrats, Senate Democrats passed debt ceiling hike of $2.5 trillion just in time to avoid catastrophe, and those goddamn dirty fucking asshole Republicans did nothing. That's exactly what the title of this Business Insider article reads. It says those
Yeah.
exact words.
Yeah. No, it doesn't.
Yeah,
But it should.
pretty much. It's almost exactly
It
what it says.
should.
It's almost
It
like,
should.
and that points to yes, the conservatives are only conservative when the Democrats are in power. If Donald Trump was in power right now, they'd raise the debt ceiling fucking $3 trillion, which would also
Yeah.
be a bad idea.
Exactly. And we'd be talking shit about them doing it
Yeah,
too.
when Donald
Because
Trump did that fucking,
yeah.
they're all assholes,
They're
all of
all
them.
assholes. None of them have our best interest at heart. What they have is, it is a group, right? It's a club,
And
right?
you ain't in it.
You're not in it because you are not the head, or you have no power of authority, or I mean, really, senators and shit don't have any power of authority over you. However, law enforcement and the law is going to listen to them a lot quicker than you or
Yep.
me. So, and that's what it is. Fuck that, fuck them.
Yep.
Those fucking pricks.
The hike
I
will
hate
lift.
I hate them all.
Yes. Yes. The hike will lift the limit by $2.5 trillion and is expected to cover all government bills set to come due by 2023. So all we're
Mm.
doing is adding to the debt. So instead of the $20 trillion in debt, now it's just going to be 22.5. I know it's more than 20, but just as the example. Um, though this vote comes amidst Democrats' push to approve the $2 trillion Build Back Better package, the new debt ceiling would only cover some of that spending, as much of that plan's debt won't be due until after 2022, if it's passed. The vote comes mere hours ahead of a projected Wednesday deadline. The debt ceiling serves as a limit for how much the government can borrow to pay its bills for past spending. Failure to lift the limit results or risks default, a freeze to federal government payments, and an economic disaster as trust in the dollar plummets. The Treasury Secretary, Janet Yellen, warned in November that the government is expected to hit the borrowing limit on December 15th.
Hmm.
And who do we borrow that money from? The Federal Reserve. And who was the old head of the Federal Reserve? Janet Yellen. But now she's somehow the Treasury Secretary. Oh man. Oh, crazy. Wacky how that all works out, huh?
I hate all of these people.
Yep. It's one giant fucking circle jerk. One giant revolving door of you wash my hand, I'll wash you. Or you wash my back, I'll wash yours. You touch my dick, I'll touch yours. Like these people are truly disgusting, and it just annoy. Oh,
And they don't even care. None of these people, they're never going to fix the problems that are happening in our time, or
no.
even in their time, or in any, and it's just going to keep getting worse and worse and worse. And you know what's happening now? You have a fucking cultural revolution happening.
Yep.
It's starting. This is nothing. If you think those fucking that bullshit that happened in Michigan or in Minnesota and everywhere, Kenosha and all that shit was bad, you wait. You wait until the kids start fucking revolting like they did in China.
Do we need to bring? We did a episode on. I thought that was a pretty good episode. But do you remember
Yeah.
the one, the struggle parties? I think they called them, that they talked about.
Are
Where
you talking about when they fucking brainwashed all the students?
oh yeah, they brainwashed all the students, but then the students became the force. They became the children of the
Oh,
revolution, and
right.
then
They were like turning their parents in and shit,
yeah, and
right?
then
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
they tied a teacher to a fucking chair and held his eyes open and made him stare at the sun.
Oh my god, yo.
Like these are
You watch.
children.
You watch.
And
You
what are we seeing? All these kids. I had a fucking niece and nephew. I had a nephew come home and ask me the strangest shit. Like this is it is a straight up cultural revolution. That's what it
Yeah.
is.
It's the Red Army, man. They've
Yep.
come home. Yeesh.
And when people talk, all right, let's do one more little quick tangent. We'll try and keep it quick, and then we'll get back to this. When people talk about being worried about China, there is no reason to be militarily afraid of China. What
Oh
we
no.
need to be worried about with China is their cultural subversion. Their
Yes.
2 million Chinese Communist Party members that have
Yes.
infiltrated high levels of university, government, and Fortune 500 companies that no one talks about, that are
In the
directly
US.
tied back. I think US, Australia, and one other country. But that's still a
Yeah.
lot of damn people.
Yes, it is.
that have direct ties to the Chinese Communist Party member. And where do you think all this stuff is? If who those who do not learn from history are doomed to repeat it. History
Take
does
a
not.
breath. Take a breath. It's okay.
Those that do not learn from history are doomed to repeat it. And history, it repeats itself often, very often. Well, it doesn't repeat, it rhymes. It rhymes. It doesn't repeat,
Yes,
it rhymes.
that's right. It rhymes.
I couldn't remember the saying. I couldn't remember what it was, but
It's
yes,
because you were going crazy because
I'm
it's so
getting
insane.
it's ridiculous. So that's what we need to worry about China. Them sending their cultural Marxism bullshit our way. And make no mistake, it's basically communism but with race. It's race communism. That's what it
Yes.
is. It's race
Yes.
communism. Um Back to this article.
Sorry.
Now it sets the stage for what could be another high stakes showdown sometime in 2023 under very different circumstances. Republicans may control one or even both chambers of Congress, putting them in a stronger position to demand spending cuts or other concessions in exchange for their support to avert economic chaos. But as we've talked about and will continue to push on this show, conservatives are only conservative when Democrats are in power. Um, and this is coming from Ted Cruz, I believe. My view has consistently been that we should we should use the debt ceiling as leverage to enact meaningful structural reform to address the out of control spending and debt that we have, Senator Ted Cruz of Texas told Insider, referring to a fiscal deal struck between Republicans and Barack Obama to slash $900 billion in discretionary spending in 2011. Again, Barack Obama, a Democrat, Ted Cruz, Republican. The Republicans were in office and controlling the Senate and the House. I think it might have just been the Senate. In 2011, what did they do? They cut $900 billion in discretionary spending. But when Donald Trump wasn't president and they controlled the Senate, what we spent what? 2.7, 3 trillion, 4 trillion. How much did we spend? Nobody knows anymore.
No. No, because they keep raising the debt ceiling, right? They keep just printing money, printing money, printing money. What's this new stimulus? Oh, I didn't even know we were getting another stimulus. People keep bringing that up when I'm at work in daily life. Like, what do you mean? The government's going to start handing money out again? What's the point?
Yep.
It ain't worth anything.
No. No,
Oh
it's not.
wait,
And as
Walmart will have a sale. Walmart's TVs will go down to about $900 so you can afford one of them, and then you still have to bring your whole paycheck with you so you can afford the fucking tax on it because there'll be a luxury tax on shit we want to buy soon.
Yep.
When I lived in Hawaii, man, I talked to people from like Canada and like Australia and stuff. If you're gonna buy something like a nice car, fancy cars and shit like that, there's a fucking luxury tax, man, like a Monopoly. You know what I mean? You want to be fucking fancy and do fancy shit, you're going to pay for it. Anyway, fuck them.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just insane. So now let's talk a little bit about inflation. Inflation surges to its highest since 1999. The Labor Department Wednesday reported that consumer prices were up 6.2% in October. I just hate everything. I don't even want to read this anymore. I fucking hate these people.
Well, the thing that's stupid is, okay, here we go. Now, we know what inflation is because Matt does what?
Definitions.
Definitions.
We like
Inflation
definitions here.
when it comes to economics, and that's what we're talking about, right? Is the general increase in prices and the fall in the purchasing value of money.
Yeah.
Does that sound like a good thing?
No.
No.
And you know what? You know what they did on this fucking thing too?
What?
On this stupid ass thing. Oh, I wish they'd go back further. they cut the graph off right at 2011
Oh yeah.
instead
Yeah.
of going back to, back when we had the crash of 2008.
Yep.
And one thing that doesn't make any sense to me. Um, so let me just read this. Price increases were widespread, with energy, shelter, and food, and vehicles are all costing more. Excluding volatile food and energy costs, prices were up 4.6%.
Mm.
What doesn't make sense to me, food and energy are about two of the most important things we need as fucking humans.
That's why it's easy to tax those things, because people are not going to go without.
Not to mention, like, if you're not including that in the price of the increase of goods,
Right.
what are you even calculating then?
Exactly. So it makes no fucking sense.
Like,
The only thing that they would be doing is, you're talking like, well, it says volatile food and energy costs. So what's volatile food?
all of it.
Like fast food?
I don't know.
Like,
I
I
think they're
don't
just
get that.
using weasel words, and
I
if I'm
think
being
so
honest,
too. To
because
make
as
it
we'll
sound
discuss,
crazy.
as we'll discuss in a later article, these people are fucking disgusting.
They're so
Um,
disgusting.
Biden faces political heat as prices surges. You know who's not going to get heat? Fucking people in the fucking winter when they need fucking heat.
Look what happened in Texas. I mean, I'll say this though. Texas has a weird way with energy anyway, with the way they're, the way you pay for your fuel and stuff. But this is going to get bad.
Well, and the Texas one was on them. They did not
That was on them. That was
like
on them.
that's a blunder of the state of Texas. Um,
Yes.
the energy department forecasts that heating bills will be up 54% higher this winter. 54%. So
Yep.
you better have your house winterize your house,
Yep.
put on your 10 sweatshirts and jackets, and you
Yep.
don't get to turn your heat up unless it's negative 100 degrees outside,
That's
because
right.
because fuck you. Because fuck you. You don't need heat.
Yeah.
You're just a
Yeah.
fucking pleb out in the middle
Yeah.
of Wisconsin. You don't
Well,
deserve it. That's for the
negative
people in
100.
California.
Yeah. Yeah. Negative 100. I don't think anybody's heat's going to work.
Probably
Unless they're
not.
getting it from a fucking lava tube
Well,
from.
you could probably fucking hook me up because I'm so heated. I'll heat the fucking entire state. Stubbornly
uh,
high inflation is turning into a liability for the president. Fuck the president. Fuck the president. What about the people? I don't care about this bombastic fucking dopehead, this dolt that's sitting in there shitting his pants, and instead of having a Coca-Cola button like fucking President Trump, he has a I shit my pants button. Fuck him.
he is a blithering idiot, isn't he? Oh my god.
Oh god. As Democrats head to the midterms, which they're going to get absolutely fucking annihilated in because they're morons. And here we have a statement from Biden. Inflation hurts Americans' pocketbooks, and reversing this trend is a top priority for me. Biden said in a statement Wednesday, I want to reemphasize my commitment to the independence of the Federal Reserve to monitor inflation and take steps necessary to combat it. All right. All right. Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, I find President fucking Joe Biden to be guilty of being a massive fucking cunt. The United States of America, when Donald Trump was in office, was energy independent for the first time ever. In recorded history, we were energy dependent. Energy independent, sorry. Meaning we were selling off oil. Now, Mr. We're gonna pull a Steven Crowder. Former Vice President Joe Biden. I really do like that slight against him.
I do too.
Former Vice President Joe Biden. As soon as he got into office, he did two Very crucial things. And we're going to dispel a little bit of a myth here. We're going to dispel a little bit of a myth.
Ooh.
Joe Biden did 2. I'm not sure if it's 2 or 3. I'm not sure if the one is connected to each other or not. So we'll just say he did 2 very crucial things. The first thing, I think we are supposed to work on some type of it's a line, it carries stuff from place to place.
A railroad,
No, it's like
a shipping
a
thing, a
pipeline,
pipeline,
a
a
pipeline,
pipeline, a pipeline, a
a
pipeline.
pipeline. Yeah, it was a pipeline. We were
Yeah.
supposed to have a pipeline, and I know it wasn't transporting oil, but I think it was transporting natural gas, which
Yes.
I think people may or may not use for heat. I think you can
Yes.
burn natural gas to create heat. I'm pretty sure.
Texas is very popular for
Let's
natural
Google
gas
that,
heat.
ladies and gentlemen, because we don't know anything here in Wisconsin. We don't know shit. We're
No.
just idiots. We're just the plebs. These highly educated fucking people, they know everything. They know what we need. They know what we need best. And what we don't need is a fucking pipeline to bring a shit ton of natural gas. Granted, I know it wasn't going to be built. I know it wasn't going to be ready for like 6 years. But there's this thing when we get into it, we'll dispel this myth called speculators. Speculators are cunts. So, the other thing Joe Biden did, and this is one thing I'm not sure if it was a one executive order or 2, he no longer allowed fracking on federal land, and he no longer allowed drilling of new oil reserves, which is very strange to me because that's what made us energy independent in the first place. So, those of you may be saying, but Jake, the president doesn't control the price of fuel. And I will retort to you in the most eloquent of prose. What are you, a fucking moron? So, speculators will speculate on the price of things. And if they speculate that the price is going to go up, you know what they do? They buy. And then they buy. And then they buy. So that way they can sell when shit gets real expensive. But they don't
Yep.
sell. They trickle it out so that way they keep the price nice and high.
Yep.
So that's what happened when we had this stuff going on. Is speculators started to speculate, and now we got the energy department forecasting that the heating bill will be up by 54% because we are no longer energy independent because speculators speculated because of the fucking bullshit that Joe Biden did. But here he says, I want to reemphasize my commitment to making inflation stop. But that's only one of the things here. That's only one of the things.
Inflation will never stop.
No, it will not.
It'll never
And
stop. And it won't even go down a little bit. You know why? Because they don't feel it. They don't feel it. They don't care.
No.
Someone else fills their car with gas. Someone else pays their bills for them. Oh yeah, us. We pay those bills.
Yep. Yeah.
I'm just saying. Also, do you know how much shit uses natural gas?
Everything.
Oh my God. Everything.
Everything. All your plastics, all your petroleum products, like literally everything is plastic.
Well, it's insane.
Almost everything is
Industrial,
plastic.
27%. What is natural gas used for, right? Natural gas use in 2010, 27% of our country's natural gas use, industrial. Electric power was 31%. Pipeline fuel was only 3%. Vehicle fuel was only 1%. Oil and gas industry operations, 6%. Commercial, 13%. Residential, 21%.
So that means 21% of the people are now dealing with 54% higher heating bills because Joe Biden's an asshole.
Totally.
Um,
I mean, yeah, it was 2010, but still,
like,
I'll find another one. I'll find one from this year.
but so let's talk about some of these. Let's talk about some of this shit. This is an article from 4 days ago.
Mm.
Food, cars, and gas cost more with inflation at a 39-year high. Here's how much they've increased. Spoiler alert: a lot. Gas prices up 58%. Gas prices have been steadily going up for the past few months and leveled off. Oh yeah, that 2%. That 2 cent. Oh, you look stunned. What are you stunned about? Give it to me.
In 39 years,
Yes.
we are at the highest we've ever been. Since
Yes.
I've been alive, I'm 39 years old.
Yes.
It's my fault. It's all
It's
my
my
fault.
fault. uh,
I wish I
yes.
wasn't even born.
Yeah, me too right now. This is awful.
Oh. Anyway, sorry. No, I am looking at all these percentages.
Yeah, it's
And
crazy.
it's crazy. It's crazy.
So I just want to. So gas prices have been steadily going up for the past few months and leveled off last week. You want to know how much they leveled off? 2 cents. You want to know why they leveled off? Because our dear, ever so present and smart leader Joe Biden dug into the reserves of oil to drop it 2% or 2 cents, and all these people that said throughout the entire time gas was increasing, the 58 fucking percent it's gone up, they all were saying the president doesn't do anything about gas prices. But then you know what they went and turned around and did? As soon as that 2 cents dropped off, they were all fucking Highland Hitler and saying, "Thank you, Joe Biden."
Yep.
You can't have it both ways. Just like that fucking abortion thing. Where's our male support to come help us kill babies? You don't get it anymore because you said if I don't have a uterus, I can't say shit. And now you want to sit there and say Joe Biden lowered the fucking things 2 cents? I thought the president had nothing to do. You can't have it all. You're all a bunch of you're fucking. You're all a bunch of assholes.
Man,
Everyone.
they really got you fired up today.
I'm mad. I'm mad because these old people are gonna die. I'm gonna have to be hearing about it, and I'm gonna be mad. So here's the thing, ladies and gentlemen.
Well, they're gonna die, and we're gonna pay for it.
Yeah, we're gonna pay for the funerals, and then we're gonna and then they're gonna blame us because we're the fucking unsensitive, uncaring people.
Think about this: when your grandkids are born,
I'm gonna kill them so they don't have to deal with this.
When your grandkids are your age, let's say, right? They will still be paying off the money that the last 3 presidents have fucking printed.
Yep. Yes.
They've all made mistakes. However, the government should have been shrunk after that bullshit that happened in 2001.
Or 2008.
Oh yeah, that too. Not to mention, how many depressions does this country have to go through within a 20-year period, let's say?
Yeah.
It hasn't even, you know what I mean? It's like, here we go. And who's in? Oh, wait, the vice president's back. That's right. Okay.
The same guy who was under Barack Obama when Barack Obama said, the U.S. is in managed decline now and will never see 4% GDP. And then Donald Trump got into office and he was like, yeah, suck my dick, 4.3, bitch.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh,
Anyway.
but we must be living in delusional world.
Yep. And we're going to talk about that too because Joe Biden said something that I want to punch him. I don't like the thought of hitting an old man in the face,
I kind of do.
but I would love to punch him in the fucking face.
Some of those old guys are really strong.
Mr. fucking Corn Pop. A stiff breeze took him out. Like, I'll fucking flatten that man like a fucking piece of paper. So, back to these gas prices that are up 58 fucking percent. Gas prices have been steadily going up for the past few months and leveled off last week, averaging $3.35 per gallon nationwide on Friday, according to the American Automobile Association, or as I like to call it, the American Asshole Association. Never heard of them before, but I just felt like calling them assholes. National average for a gallon of gasoline. Oh, shit. Ladies and gentlemen, I have to correct it. It has dipped 4 cents. Not 2 cents, 4 cents. I just hate everything. On October 20th, it's 7 cents less than a month ago and $1.19 more than a year ago. So we are paying about $1.20 more, all because people didn't want to listen to Donald Trump tweet stuff. You played yourself, America.
Yep.
So why are used cars so expensive? Used car prices are up 31%. And you want to know why that is? It's because all we have is used cars, because we have no fucking chips, because Taiwan is currently getting its ass fucked by fucking China, and Joe Biden won't do fuck all about it.
Because he doesn't want to.
Because China owns his testicles. Joe Biden and China are like a man and a woman in a relationship, and that woman wears the fucking pants, and he cut off his balls, and he keeps them in his fucking purse.
Yeah. They must have pictures of him banging like a 10-year-old.
Probably.
Or maybe there was a small Chinese girl playing with the weird wormy hairs on his legs.
That's true. When they wipe his legs, the hairs turn blonde, and
Why are children wiping his legs?
Fucking weirdo. Used car prices have skyrocketed so much as that in many cases a vehicle sitting in a driveway is worth more than it was a year ago. In the last year, the average value of trade-ins has surged up $8,738, up 70%. The chaos stems from a shortage of new vehicles caused by a reduced supply of semiconductor chips, because China is trying to ass fuck Taiwan, and Taiwan's where we get all of our fucking chips from. Silicon Valley West, ladies and gentlemen, we need to start taking it seriously. Otherwise, we're fucked. Because your semis that bring you everything, we can't get those because we don't have chips.
Well, I'm mostly concerned with the 21% increase in bacon
The
prices.
most nutritiously dense food you can eat, the healthiest food you can eat.
I'm just saying. I mean, you ever hear the expression happier than a pig in shit?
Yes. Yes, I have.
So why is the price of my bacon going to go up? Because California's reinforcing shit or enforcing welfare requirement for more breeding space?
Probably.
Listen.
Yeah.
Set those fuckers free and let the people kill the pigs for themselves.
Yeah.
Free bacon for everybody.
Exactly. At least that's the least the government could do for me.
I know.
So let's talk about what else has been hit by inflation.
Okay.
Car and truck rentals are up 37%. Energy costs 33%. Hotels 25%. Beef 21%. Pork 17%. Furniture and bedding 12%. Ham 11%. Cigarettes 9.4%. Chicken 9%. Televisions 8%. Fish and seafood 8%. Eggs 8%. Televisions again 9. Nope, 7. Nope. What is that? Is that 9-7 or 9.7? 7.9. Jesus Christ. My dyslexia is fucking kicking in here.
Well, you're getting delirious.
I have rage-induced dyslexia.
Yeah.
Tools and hardware 7%, electricity 6.5%, flour 6%, clothing and apparel 5%, cereal and bakery products 5%, milk 5%, tickets and movie theaters and concerts 5%, pet services 4%, bread 4%, fruits and veggies 4%, transportation services 4%, rental is 3.5%, medical services 2%, college tuition and fees 2%, and the most tragic one of all, alcohol is up 2%. Might as well just kill ourselves, you know? What's the point? What's the fucking point anymore? I don't actually almost ever drink, but
This is being allowed in a country where we fought a goddamn war over 3 pennies for a pound of fucking tea.
yes.
And now, what you just read to me was insanity.
Yes. So
This is a lot more than 3 pennies for every one of these things.
yes. So when we talk about inflation, we're talking about the increase of price of products. So hotels being 25% more expensive means you can buy 25% less of a hotel.
Right.
Also, when we talk about inflation, we can be talking about the value of your dollar. So your dollar being $10, you have a $10 bill in your physical hand. That dollar, if it inflates, no longer is $10. It becomes $9.50 because it can only buy that much product.
Yeah.
So inflation is a tax on the dollar. You know who doesn't have a lot of dollars? Middle class people that live check to check. You know who
Me.
does have a lot of dollars? Rich people. The people that have their homes, their cars, everything paid off, and they don't have to worry and live check to check. It doesn't affect them that much. You know who really doesn't get affected? The people that own private jets and planes and can travel wherever they want on a moment's notice. That doesn't affect them at all.
Right.
Because they don't have dollars, they have assets. And those assets actually increase in value. Because as we just discussed, what was it? Furniture and bedding, that's more expensive. Televisions are more expensive. So all those things that they own also increase in value.
That's right.
So let's also talk a little bit about why the inflation number that they give is bullshit. So we're going to do the accelerating inflation spreads through the economy article. And
no,
there's just one little thing I would like to read on this. And it goes back to these old people.
Mm-hmm.
The Social Security Administration said on Wednesday that higher inflation would trigger a 5.9% increase for Social Security benefits. So the way they determine all these social programs that we have, how much money to give these people, and how much to spend on these people, is inflation. So the government is the one that is in charge of the inflation number. They're the ones that are in charge of telling us what inflation is. They're also the ones in charge of the social programs for all these people. Why would the government be open and honest about the inflation number if it meant giving people more of their money back? or more of the money that people take from the system instead of putting into the system. So that way they can't continuously grow and grow and grow and become this massive fucking Rosie O'Donnell size blob, this amorphous cancer tumor growing mob of bullshit. That's just one of the questions I have is,
They don't care.
ah, that's a good answer. I like that answer.
Doesn't
Quality.
it just makes me so mad that I just sit here and I'm like, when are me and you going to get in trouble for speaking about the things that should be done?
Never. Because our listeners are smart and they don't share the show.
Yeah, that's okay though. I mean, it's okay until we start selling our t-shirts, then you better.
Yes. So let's briefly talk about this journal list to then go into the other story as to why all the stories we just read you are probably bullshit. None of it's true. None of it matters. And we should just disregard everything the government does from now on and take all of your
Is that
money
a
from them.
is that a real thing? Do people really think, or do like, are there people out there who actually think that the government doesn't do anything wrong and that
Yes.
people like me and you are fucking crazy because we don't trust people like Joe Biden or even Donald Trump for that reason? You know what I mean?
Ah, yes. I found the last thing I was talking about.
Okay.
Jim Cramer, that's his name.
Uh,
Um, Today we have the strongest economy I've ever seen.
really?
CNBC's Jim Cramer, less than a week after Biden's Team Biden asked media for favorable coverage.
Oh
It's the
my
Roaring
god.
Twenties, according to Jim Cramer. CNBC's Jim Cramer said we have the strongest economy he's ever seen, citing this week's jobless claims. Weekly jobless claims totaled 184,000 for the week of December 4th, the lowest going back to September 6th, 1969, CNBC reported. Today, we have the strongest economy perhaps I've ever seen, Kramer said, just a few days after the Biden regime begged the media outlet. And see, this is one thing that people should watch out for. This is the Gateway Pundit. According to Ground News, it's far right, which I don't think it's far right, but you could tell by the way it phrased Biden regime begged media outlet. It should just be the Biden's media. So, one way you can kind of do your own sort of sifting through the bullshit when you see Biden regime, even though I may agree it's a fucking regime, that's not a good way to phrase a news article, even if it is an opinion piece. Um, But yes, he said we have the strongest economy and it's great. It doesn't matter what the media says. Gas prices are soaring, food prices are rising, COVID vaccine mandates are destroying businesses, and a record number of Americans quit their job this fall. A record 4.4 million Americans quit their jobs in September, the Department of Labor said last month. That's 3% of the total workforce. So, yeah. Also, what
Who the
happened in the Roaring Twenties? Was there like a?
the fucking Great Depression happened.
Oh yeah, fuck,
What the fuck is this
man.
guy talking about?
Yeah,
Oh
it's like
my
the Roaring
god.
Twenties. Right before we had the greatest depression this country had ever fucking seen.
I guess if you look at it from the point of nobody's jumping out of fucking buildings in Times Square yet, okay, sure, yeah, it's a great time. It's like fuck this guy.
So here we have. We'll just cover the journal list since I kind of spoiled it with the Jim Cramer one.
I'm
Um,
sorry.
No, that's all right. That was my
That
bad.
shit was crazy.
Yeah, it's the Roaring Twenties all over again. Oh, wait till 1924. I think it
Mm,
started in 24 or something, right?
something like that. Remember Flapper Girls, the freaking booze, the depression, the prohibition. That's what it was,
It
right?
started in
Yeah.
1929.
There you go.
Um,
But still,
so
that
yeah,
happened in the
let's.
20s.
It's the Roaring Twenties, baby. Let's just
Yeah,
hope
man.
it doesn't end like the Roaring Twenties.
Oh my
Um,
God.
so the journal list is now a defunct private
Wait a minute.
email.
Stop.
I'm stopping.
It is the fucking 20s, bro.
Yes, yes, it is. We had a mysterious disease break out of nowhere. You know, it's been almost a pretty similar
It's been
retelling.
100 damn years.
Yep.
Oh.
Um. So, oh yeah, and one more. So Joe Biden went on Jimmy Fallon just to fucking. I just got to pull this up. Hold on, ladies and gentlemen.
You know,
So
I
Joe
really
Biden,
liked all these people uh until this year, maybe last year too. I just I can't take anything they do or say. I can't even watch them. I can't. I don't like any of the funny anymore because it's not funny.
yeah.
It's
Um.
expensive and I'm poor.
So Joe Biden went on Jimmy Fallon recently, and he was like, basically, don't believe your own lying eyes. He said, people are getting the wrong information about their situation, is what Joe
Yep,
Biden said. He said,
that's what he
people are
said.
getting the wrong information about their situation. So my receipt for when I go get gas, that's just a lie on the receipt. It doesn't actually say $50. It's still the $30 like when Trump was president. And that receipt that I got from the grocery store, it doesn't actually say $600. What it really says is $328, like when Trump was back in office. And the heating bill we just received doesn't say. This will kind of show how much of an idiot I am. I don't know what the price of a heating bill would be. We'll just say $100. That heating bill I just received doesn't say $100. What it really says is, what was the price of heat? 84 or 54?
54.
53? 54. It doesn't say $100. It says $128. Or it says uh, $46. That's what it should have said. So he's sitting there on TV saying these people are misinformed about their situations. How the fuck can I be misinformed on the life I'm fucking living, Joe Biden? Fucking explain that to me
Yeah, the
with
only
your,
misinforming is from them.
yeah, as we'll
Yeah.
get to in this next
Yeah,
stories, I
because
should say.
yeah, I don't want to spoil it because you're on a roll tonight.
I'm just so mad about this.
It
Like,
is aggravating, because I mean, I know I'm not
we're
casting
expected to
anything
cut
on you,
back.
but
We're
right.
expected to have less. We're
Right.
expected to do more with less. We're
Right.
expected. But what about the government? What
Right.
about these fucking assholes that sit and do nothing? They sit there and they bitch and complain about the
Yeah.
same damn things over and over and over, and they never fix the fucking problems. And they
Yeah.
sit there and campaign on the same fucking issues over and over without doing a goddamn thing about them. They're all fucking disgusting, vile humans that should be shot into the fucking sun.
Yeah. They should Bezos should do humanity a favor, declare himself the king of the earth, put all the politicians on one of his penis
Penis
rockets and
rocket.
just send it out so that it never comes back.
Yes. God, fucking, I hate them all.
I know. It's very upsetting. It's very upsetting. Now, what is the journo list?
Ah, yes, the journalist. No, not the journalist. The journal list.
Yeah, this was
So,
very interesting.
yep. So, the journal list is a now defunct private email list server of hundreds of left wing journalists, educators, and pundits that was created in 2007 by the Washington Post's Ezra Klein. It has alleged, or it has been alleged, that there were attempts by members of the list server to suppress stories unfavorable to liberals and attack conservatives by labeling them racist. Among the stories circulating from the journal list is the attempt to shield Barack Obama from his relationship with the much criticized pastor of 20 years, Jeremiah Wright. There was allegedly a coordinated attack on Sarah Palin and her family. Also, there were postings to the list server talking gleefully about how one of the list server members would love to see the death of Rush Limbaugh. Conservative journalist Tucker Carlson of the Daily Caller broke the story. Many Americans have known for years that liberal journalists are biased. It appears that some of the journalists put liberalism before journalistic integrity, further weakening any credibility they may have had with the American people. As Wes Verne of Renew America says, what's different about this is we are seeing. Sorry, let me read that again. What's different about this is we are seeing here not just bar talk, but deliberate, organized plotting to skew the news.
Yeah, like
So,
me and you are bar talking.
yes. But
Yeah.
I will also say this to Joe Biden's fucking face.
Oh, I would too. I'd actually probably try to start a fist fight with him.
Yeah,
I
fucking
wouldn't hit him first. I'd make him hit me. And I'd tell his stupid
absolutely.
Secret Service guys, I'd be like, bro, turn around for a second. I'm going to break his fucking whole body in half.
You didn't
You'll
see
be doing
nothing.
your job, but let me beat the shit out of him first, and then you can shoot me to death.
Yep. So what we had here was basically a bunch of left-wing journalists, educators, and pundits back in 2007 to carry water for Barack Hussein Obama, who, as you may or may not know, I believe became president in 2008.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm,
Yeah.
mm-hmm, mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Yep. Stepson of renowned CIA operative, what was that guy, Lolo Sotoro,
Yep.
who is probably best friends with George Bush Sr. and George Bush Jr. And isn't it interesting that the boys became president one after another,
Yeah, that's so
and
weird.
the fathers worked together for so long, and I
And
wonder
then
how
you
many
had
bodies are built up in that closet. You think Clinton's got a lot? I bet those motherfuckers got a lot.
and then you had this weird thing where this woman, I can't remember her name, but she also ran for president, and she was
Oh,
like Obama's Secretary of Defense Secretary or something, I think maybe.
oh, Hillary Clinton. Are you
Oh
talking about
yeah.
Hillary Clinton?
Oh yeah,
Oh yeah.
her. Her,
Yep.
yeah.
Yep. Yep. Yep.
But then some fucking ass clown just whipped his dick out of nowhere and said, I am king now.
Yeah. He was like, "Here, this is what you're
Here,
supposed to
hold my
do.
penis.
Hold my penis.
So
Here, let me grab you by the pussy."
yes, yes. Um Also, what just doesn't make any sense. So women of the world, women of the world, y'all got so offended when Donald Trump said, grab him by the pussy. But then, Meg 3 Stallion, Meg the Stallion, whatever the fuck their names are, Cardi B, Meg the Stallion, came
Yeah,
out with a
yeah.
song called Wet Ass Pussy.
Yeah, because Donald
And
Trump
y'all
was
made
like,
that your
"Yo, I'm
fucking
gonna
anthem.
slap that." Yeah, they did.
Y'all made that your fucking anthem to go out and
Yeah.
get white girl wasted throughout the whole summer, you dirty, dirty sluts. Sorry.
No, you
I'm
can't
just
call them sluts. You can't call them
sluts.
sluts. Yeah, booty shaking and stuff like that is an art form now. It's a way of life. It's a
Yes.
religion. You
Yes.
can't discriminate anybody for what they believe and what makes them free. You see what
Yeah.
happened when people started calling people faggot all the time, right?
They get offended.
They get offended. I don't know why. If you read the Lord of the Rings books, man, they say that word like in every chapter.
Yeah. And if you read what is it called? What book is that? Finch. The dude's
Finch.
last name is Finch. They took it out of schools because it has the N word.
Oh, Huckleberry Finn?
No, but yes, that one too.
Finch.
Yeah,
Finch. Are you thinking To Kill a Mockingbird?
that's the one.
You're dumb. Finch.
I couldn't remember it. That's the dude's name, right? Atticus Finch?
Yeah, you're right. I'm not smart when it comes to old books like that.
That's our. I couldn't think of the name. But anyway, so here we have this story.
Finch.
And I just want to say one more thing, because now that I've called women sluts, I feel like I need to apologize for absolutely fucking nothing. You guys want
Yeah,
traditional fucking men, but you won't be traditional your goddamn selves. You want a man to sit
yeah.
there and earn the money, pay the bills, fucking do all this shit, but you're gonna run around in fucking tight skirts and fucking mini dresses and fucking shake your ass on top of fucking bar tables. And fuck you. If you want a traditional man,
Those are
be a traditional woman, you goddamn bitch. All right, I think I'm done here. I think I'm done being so angry at everything. I think Matt's dying.
but I can't sit here and listen to you
To be slander these
apologize
women.
for nothing. No, you don't need
Let's
to apologize because, to be honest with you, in my experience, a lot of women, and those are women. See, we're talking about women.
girls.
We're not talking
Oh,
about like little slutty girls that want to run around and climb up every pole they see. Women want to be slapped on the ass and grabbed by the pussy.
yes.
Okay. Like, come on now.
Like Ludacris said, I think it was Ludacris. A lady in the bed, but a freak in the sheets.
Oh, I don't know who said it, but I mean, it is
So
what it is.
let's talk about this White House thing that came out recently.
Oh, yeah. Are we done with the journo list?
Yeah.
Fuck them.
Basically, what we're just saying is this isn't the first time it's happened, and it's not going to be the
No,
last time it's going to happen.
it's not. It's not.
When you
And
have a approval rating that's at like 13%, you're you're just, what else are you going to do other than beg the media to come out and say, please tell them inflation is good. Please tell them inflation only hurts the big guys and not the little guys. Please tell them that the gas prices are not going to be up 50 fucking 4% and the heat won't be non-existent for you guys and
well,
you won't freeze in fucking winter and
I'm
die.
gonna I'm gonna blow your mind for a second. Okay,
I'm ready
I'm
for
gonna
it.
try not to lose my train of thought, but it's a small tangent. Okay, all of the looting and shit that's happening out west. Okay, now you have a feeble old president who says inflation isn't a big deal, right? But all these people out in California, as we just discussed, all the prices and the percentages of everything going up, everything, right? So then you have these people going, oh, fuck, well, we're going to steal all this shit because the law isn't doing anything, right? So they go in and they start stealing stuff. nothing's going to happen because they can all just claim racism. The
Yep.
president's not going to do anything because he doesn't want to seem like he's racist because his approval rating is so fucking low, right? So that to me is trickle down economics.
Yes, we've brought trickle down
Yeah.
economics to the hood, ladies and
Yeah.
gentlemen.
Basically, the president's so stupid, he comes out and tries to go, what you don't understand is inflation isn't going to affect you at all, okay? Because deep down, we all know you're going to steal shit, and I'm not going to let anybody do anything about it.
Unless you're white,
Because
then you go to
unless you're
prison for
white.
life.
Right, exactly. Yeah. Jesus. Come on.
So back to this White House.
Sorry.
The White House. Oh, and also, do you remember when the White House, Jen Psaki just randomly came out and was like, "Oh, by the way, we're working with Facebook to tell them what messages are okay and what messages are not okay."
Yeah. Okay, thought police. Thanks.
How is that not a direct violation of the fucking First Amendment? The federal government shall make no law infringing upon speech. That's the federal government telling Facebook what is okay and what is not okay.
I think at this point, the federal government has bought Mark Zuckerberg.
Or it's a fucked up situation of they're both trying to vie for power over this.
No, Facebook's
weird-
not even Facebook anymore. It's called Meta.
Meta, yep. All right. Okay, here we go. We're gonna get through this story. I'm gonna go pee, and then I'm gonna go cry myself to sleep.
Okay.
The White House has been secretly begging news organization what?
See, your mouth's trying to go faster in your brain, or your brain's moving faster in your mouth.
Something's happening.
Yeah.
The White House has been secretly begging news organizations, not organizations, organizations, to give favorable.
For you?
I guess yes. Please, can go on. I'm apparently done.
I might not be. Okay. The White House has been secretly begging news organizations to give favorable coverage to President Biden rather than focusing on his failings, according to a report. The administration is not happy with the unflattering headlines and coverage of the supply chain disaster and handling of the economy. And so, in quotes, has been working behind the scenes trying to reshape coverage in its favor, CNN's reliable sources said. I'm going to say something real quick.
Yeah.
I don't remember reading a story like this about Donald Trump.
No.
Because he would just go on social media and just be like, yeah, that's bullshit.
Yeah. Yes, he would.
Like, you know what I mean? So why doesn't Joe Biden do that? They haven't kicked him off of Twitter yet, have they? Or does he not know how to use it?
He doesn't know how to use it. He's too old.
Interesting. Okay. Senior White House and administration officials, in quotes, have been briefing major newsrooms over the past week, a source told the outlet's media reporter Oliver Darcy. The meetings have been led by a trio of administration officials, National Economic Council Deputy Directors David Kamen and Bharat Ramamurthy, whatever,
Yep,
as
that
well
sounds
as
perfect.
yeah, right. I thought so. As well as Ports envoy John Porcari, and Darcy wrote in his newsletter, in quotes, I'm told the conversations have been productive, with anchors and reporters and producers getting to talk with officials. Why are we? There's got to be a money
state
exchange,
propaganda.
right? I mean, come on.
It's state propaganda. It's
Hello,
full
Red
on
Army.
state propaganda.
Your name is CNN in the Joe Biden regime.
The Communist News Network. It
Yeah.
is. It is flat out state propaganda.
We
We don't like the way you are reporting this. Report it this way. How is that
Yeah.
not just flat out lies and slander and propaganda?
This says reliable sources has itself been leading the way with its latest tweet on Monday about how the White House is absolutely right to have grievances about brutal coverage of Biden's time in office. What about Trump? What happened with Donald Trump? They kept calling the guy a fucking racist.
Yep.
Jesus.
You called
Darcy's,
the guy
yeah,
racist so much, you devalued the word racist.
for real.
That
Because
word
nobody
no
cares
longer
about it
has
anymore.
meaning anymore.
No, at all. They killed Patriot. They killed everything.
Yep.
Whatever. Darcy's report about the secret talks also linked to the Washington Post's Dana Milbank, who recently wrote an op-ed titled "The Media Treats Biden as Badly as or Worse Than Trump. Here's proof."
That has got to be the most laughable title I have
Yeah.
ever seen in my life. What
Yeah.
have you had? All right. Press secretary, Kayleigh McEnany. Fucking beautiful godsend of not just beautiful on the outside, but like smart, seems like a just beautiful human. She was violent, like, and Sarah Huckabee Sanders and fucking Sean Spicer, even all of Trump's press secretaries were trying to think of how to say this in
Berated.
non hyperbolic terms.
Okay.
You know Vlad the Impaler,
Mm-hmm.
Sean Spicer, Sarah Huckabee Sanders, Kayleigh McEnany would have begged to have Vlad the Impaler come and torture them every day rather than deal with the fucking cesspit that was all these journalists that ask them questions every day. That's the most non hyperbolic I can say.
Okay. It makes sense. I mean,
They attacked Sarah Huckabee Sanders on her looks several times. When was the last time they asked Jen Psaki about the fucking drapes of the White House and the dogs and the remodeling? When was the last time they asked her any substantive things and pressed her on anything? There's only one guy in there that's doing any sort of reporting, and I, for the life
right.
of me, cannot remember his name right now.
Oh,
So
probably
much so that
Todd or
I'm actually
something.
going to go find it.
Well, um, I, hey man, what goes around comes around, right?
Not
This
enough.
guy,
Peter
I
Ducey.
mean,
Peter
Peter
Ducey is his
Ducey.
name.
Yep.
If you
Yep.
want some good White House reporting and anyone that's asking any substantial questions and pushing back on Jen Psaki at all, he's the only person. That being said, no, what comes around does not go around unless these people get shot in the fucking face. Anyways, continue about this story.
I'm going to skip a few lines here. The guy who did this report, isn't it? Darcy or whatever.
Yeah.
He said that the findings during a time when Biden's approval ratings have plummeted confirmed my fear. My colleagues in the media are serving as accessories to the murder of democracy.
Now, when they say democracy, they don't mean democracy as in one vote, one person. They mean my power. They're serving as
Yeah.
death to my power.
Yeah. Milbank admitted that Biden had his troubles, mentioning the Delta variant, Afghanistan, and inflation, but not numerous other scandals that have seen the president's ratings plummet. The columnist appeared on CNN Monday to further push his theories, admitting that the negative press was bipartisan, having ramped up from the spectacular failings of the doomed withdrawal from Afghanistan. The left-wing media is tough on him. He has no real support, Milbank said of Biden, showing his own feelings as he hailed the commander-in-chief as a leader trying to restore the organs of democracy, which is complete bullshit because all this dude is doing is tearing us apart as people. His views knocking the media were unsurprisingly shared by the White House, with Chief of Staff Ron Klain sharing the Washington Papers op-ed writing submitted for your consideration. This is a complete propaganda meeting. This is Hitler and Goebbels discussing how they're gonna, pull the wool over everybody's eyes and make it okay for us to put concentration camps, in Texas one day. Um, Biden's policies are so popular that he's begging the MSM, the MSM, I don't even know what that
Mainstream
is.
media.
Oh, mainstream media to do a better job at lying about it. And this is a quote from like Twitter or something. Another person wrote Biden's handlers meeting with the mainstream media asking for a better spin on his policies and more positive image of him. All they do is lie. To me, I don't know if you heard me before, but it is. It's like the propaganda. It's all just propaganda.
It's
This is a way for this is
it's
just
state ran media. That's what it
yeah,
is.
this is the thought police now. Here you go, America. What the fuck?
What the fuck? What the literal fuck? Yeah, we have a president in chief who I don't even know. I don't. My words. I've said all I can say. I've said everything I need to say. I'm I'm done. I'm fucking done for today.
You gonna go bite your pillow now?
I am. Yep. I am. It's just insane to me that
Well, I'm assuming that they met with CNN.
CNN, MSNBC,
Yeah, Fox, but
ABC.
Fox, they're not going to work with Fox.
Yep.
I know it's probably CNBC, NBC or whatever.
Yep.
You just see everything. You know, there's questions here. You got Kamala Harris fucking dodging questions. You know,
Yep.
it
Because they'll
says
never
here,
be held accountable.
yeah, it just says someone had asked her or whatever. She's Harris twice did not directly answer a question about lessons she had learned and whether she'd wish she'd done anything differently over the past year.
Yep.
Sorry. What did she sound off on? The press coverage of her has been, in quotes, ridiculous.
Ah, yes.
Yeah, which, that's what they always say when someone's telling the truth about them, right?
Yep.
So
The
this is where we're at.
this is where we're at in America. We have, and I will give Joe Biden some credit when he said we're getting bad information. He is correct. We most certainly are. How can we have so the whole basis of democracy is a well-informed public is the key to a very good democracy. If you do not have a well-informed democracy, well-informed public, you have what I would like to call absolute lunacy. But
I like how Elon Musk all of a sudden grew balls ever since he's not with that fucking chick
crazy
anymore.
bitch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's all up fucking Elizabeth Warren's ass. This is awesome.
Yep. I'm starting to
See,
like him a little more, but I'm a little weirded out by his wanting to implant chips into people's brains.
I'm afraid of his wackiness about going into space and AI and all that.
Yeah, that's some weird shit. We'll get into that do another day. But that's what you got, ladies and gentlemen. You get inflation. You get inflation. Even though you didn't order it, even though you didn't want it, even though you don't need it, you're getting it. And they don't care what you say. That's what you get for Christmas. And if you don't celebrate Christmas, you get fucking 7 days of inflation because you're a Jew. You get dreidel,
I think
dreidel, dreidel, inflation up your ass, dreidel, dreidel, dreidel. I'm going to
I
say
don't know the
something really
words.
crass.
There you go.
Dreidel, dreidel, dreidel.
I think it was
You
8
have no
nights,
more.
right? It's 8 nights.
Is it?
7 days, 8 nights. It's 8 nights. There's 8
No.
candles on. There's 8.
No.
There's 8. Because the one
How
I think in the middle stays lit the whole time.
for I have no idea how to spell Hanukkah. So, how many candles for Hanukkah?
Chanukah.
9. Oh no.
Yeah, so there's 8 and then the one in the middle.
Yep.
Yeah.
And you know what the thing is called?
The menorah.
Yeah. Look at you. Fucking.
I
Look
was
at
raised
you.
Catholic. You think they didn't teach us stuff? I grew up in a town with Jews and Italians, man.
With juice and Italians?
Juice and Italians.
All right. Fucking. I'm getting the fuck out of here, people. I've lost my
Later.
sanity. Peace out, everybody.
Later.